Raiding, pillaging, capturing, and ransom. These are nostalgic pastimes for the realm of ANGERMANLAnd, but most importantly, a means of funding our road to the Emperor title. Hell, this strategy has held together the kingdom's economy ever since we were a single independent county. I mean, it is our economy. Traditionally, raiding campaigns precede periods of rapid expansion, and with King Dag's eyes set on the conquest of Norway, the timing was perfect. Our seasoned military was well organized, and in 3 main groups, they burned down the coast of Norway and the scattered dukes adjacent to our realm. Following this first initiative, the Angerite raiders hit the civil war-torn Denmark and subsequently swept through the Catholic realms to the south, netting a total of over 700 gold for the realm. Though we had prepared for a long, drawn-out battle with Norway, our troops were able to capture the Queen within the first battle, allowing us to usurp her title with minimal effort. Just one of the few milestones on our way to forging an empire. Hello everybody, Monty Gaming here, and welcome back to our tribal playthrough, ANGERMANLAnd. We've certainly come a long way from our humble roots as an independent county, and I really don't intend on stopping just yet. Taking a look at the Found a New Empire decision, outside of its land requirements, we're going to need 528 gold and 864 prestige. Quite a bit for sure, but fortunately, our gold per month is relatively healthy, so we should get that part relatively quick. It's really the prestige that we're sort of lacking here. With that in mind, let's go ahead and get things started, as I always do, with the current situation. Since it's pretty much family tradition at this point, I must pay homage to my late father and consider a trial by combat for some gold. Given that we're only a few months out from another martial perk, I'm thinking we pick up Stalwart Leader for some of that extra prowess, after which we can go ahead and swap into learning or something else. Before we get to that, let's clean up a few of these easy tasks. An educator for Spartus, and, of course, formalizing an alliance with my newborn. That's about it for now, and as I mentioned from the previous episode, I like clean borders, and Yelmatland seems to stand in the way of that. Also, having no allies makes them a very juicy target. I'm also thinking about this county here controlled by Scotland, as it is an Asatru holy site. He's got quite a bit of troops with his French allies, so we might wait on this as we have much easier targets in mind. High Chieftain Horror, you're currently on top of that list. Since we hold the title to the Kingdom of Norway, we have 2 options for our war. A de jure claim on the duchy, or the standard tribal duchy conquest CB. These costs are pretty similar, but the conquest is a bit cheaper, so that's how we're going to go about it. We'll get our troops gathered in Helgum. 3 armies and 3 counties seems like a pretty clear plan for me. We're going to send one set of our troops up into the mountains of Hurldar, and then the other groups can each hit Yelmatland and Moror. Though it seems like these defenders are trying to sneak out. Our forces to the north should be able to catch them in the mountains to get things started. And as that gets underway, I've just thought about checking in on my council's orders. Our steward is currently just collecting taxes, and I thought it might be more useful to have him converting some of these Norwegians to Swedish. You know, for elective succession reasons. Actually, let's go ahead and see if that would even help the situation. Yeah, I forgot how negative these scores are, and converting their territories to Swedish won't solve anything. Though, it may make certain vassals like us more, which is always a bonus. Let's get our steward working on Duchess Goa, as she is our most powerful non-Swede. Ah, yes, the war. But first, naturally, we must sort out the whale hunting situation. I'm thinking we have someone else deal with these logistics for the guaranteed gold, and, well, because whale carcasses are just yucky. With more gold in hand and our first battle complete, we can go ahead and shift our fighters onto the capital holding to start their part of the siege. And, of course, contemplate some lifestyle choices. Now that we can pick up Stalwart Leader and go dueling, it almost feels like a wasted point, as I'm really not going to be using it much, and given the next in line is Chivalric Dominance, we might as well wait out the next 3 years to get the stronger champs online. Yeah, I'm thinking that's the play. My wife, Bwota, loves these ting meets because she knows that whenever I have to make a stressful decision, she gets gold thrown her way. Hey, don't judge me. Yelmatland's troops are feeling a bit pressured as they're just throwing themselves at our army recklessly. Balder, on the other hand, doesn't seem to mind as he's just killing chiefs. Oh, and the enemy commander too. Well, that's most unfortunate. See you guys. Oh, hey, where did these guys come from? Oh, Yamatland decided this would be a good time to spend some precious gold on mercenaries. That is also quite unfortunate, as this is certainly too little too late. Now that Morar has fallen, we can go ahead and meet these hard swords head on. You can run, but we'll catch you. These bastards hurt Rizzo. I forget that my sons get to join the fun now. Off the back of that victory, it seems the High Chief has had enough, and Yamatland is finally ours. How's my boy? Oh, yep, he's certainly wounded. What did they do to my baby's face? He'll be fine, I'm sure. Our borders are looking a bit cleaner now, and I guess it's time to look at how many counties we actually need for the Empire. 9 to go. We're almost there. Let's keep this momentum going, and Pohyama's realm is all in the same de jure. That'll be a nice conquest to take at once. Their only ally is Finland, who is also a good target for a duchy conquest. Given we'll be probably fighting both anyway, let's settle this in one go. First, hello there, High Chieftain Ihala. And of course, we move on to our main course, High Chieftain Kaleva. I'm not sure the best way to chop this up, but it just feels right starting in the south with the smaller of the targets, Finland. Oh, and Spartus is ready for her wedding. Have a good time, honey. I also forgot to hand out Yamatland as I am above the domain limit, and I've actually got someone particular in mind. Let's first go ahead and make the duchy, which is actually an efficient way to generate prestige for us. But most importantly, we can now make amends with our loyal brother Callum. Here you go, you get to be a duke. Don't blow this, please. For this war, I'm thinking we'll use 2 of our 3 armies to go ahead and siege. The third one we can use to defend or hunt down the opposition. To set that up, we're going to want to move our men-at-arms and champions to Åland. There are few in this group, so we'll just split them off and send them over as well. Great. One last thing we're going to want to do is ensure we've got a siege commander in charge, and then move on out. We'll start with an active siege on Satakunta and have our secondary army sit tight with some security detail to the south. Now that our fighters have assembled, I've noticed some Finnish troops sneaking across the sea to our capital. We'll want to go ahead and defend that as soon as possible, and given their troop size, it really shouldn't be any issue. We can also see another offensive squad in the north from Pohyana, so we'll go ahead and hit them right after we defend ANGERMANLAND proper. Oh hey, we've got an independence faction brewing. Of course, this time it's the Norwegians. They'll have to get used to me at some point. My star commander seems to be leading the charge here, so maybe we'll have some clever methods of getting him to like us more. Gold is certainly an option, but I can't seem to part with that much. Maybe we could just talk it over a bit. Speaking of gold, we mustn't forget our family's tradition of dueling some sinners. Captain Folky? Well, he's too skilled. King Svend? Nah, too foolish. Earl William, on the other hand, feels just about right. He's the weakest of the bunch, of course. So, I challenge thee to a duel, as you are a naughty fornicator. If I win, pay me 75 gold to reconcile your crimes. We meet at Evro, Earl William already waiting with his witnesses, but something doesn't feel right. There we are. It's not a duel unless our nips are caressed by the damp forced air. The Earl starts things off with an honorable move and throws some dirt into my eyes. Does he not know that I am a novice hunter? Clever trick, eh? Nobody expects the surprise blade. Earl Williams is now getting sloppy and his stance is a disaster. I recognize this and allow him some space as he fumbles around. He manages to retaliate with a swift kick to the shins. Shameful tactics. We recognize that this is the best time to yell our catchphrase, "You'll never break my guard, William." I focus on defense, holding back the Earl with a series of parries and one well-placed riposte. Earl William loses his weapon, and the duel ends in our victory. Justice served. Thanks for the gold. My father would have been very proud. Checking back in on the ongoing war, it seems that our first siege is about to complete. Given, we can go ahead and move our defenders into Misakaila to get things started. Duke Sturla is arranging for a playdate with my children. He really doesn't like us, but I'm sure my girls will enjoy whatever he has planned. Now we can get started on Mustastari and wave to our fighters across the sea, who are just about to engage the troops on our capital. And, oh, nice. That battle was all we needed to finish off Finland. It was inevitable. With Finland out of the way, we can get our second set of siegers moving north to help burn down Pyongyang. As we march north, we're going to also want our brawlers to go ahead and defend Pekum, which is currently being sieged. But given their troop size, I don't want any risk engaging with a disembark penalty. So we'll go ahead and march the long way via Hilvadno. With the move orders out, we're going to go ahead and offload some of these new titles from Finland. Not sure of who is more deserving, so we're just going to push that decision out a bit by recruiting this old dude. Oh, and guess what, Stivoj? You can be Duke. We'll just get that Duchy of Finland established, and there you go, enjoy. Unfortunately, our long march has allowed the enemy to take over Pekum, which is fine. We're going to go ahead and plan on leaving behind a minimal squad to retake the holding and then hunt those fools down afterwards. On this episode of Undercover Boss, King Dag mediates a confrontation between his commander and a random soldier. Nice, a perk and some opinion with a powerful factioner. You know, I could have sworn it said I'd be getting a perk. Somehow I managed to mess that up in the process, but we should be close in any case. The first of 4 more sieges completed, and we can move up into Oulu to start on that. As our troops arrive to reclaim Pekum, it seems the enemy have started to work on Kitka. I really dislike how when I split off besiegers, it prefers to leave men-at-arms. In any case, looks like only 200 men are needed to flip this back into our control, so we'll just grab a bit of levy and go defend. Oh hey, new friends! This time it's not a random hire of mercenaries. Looks like they picked up some bowmen to help their cause. Hang on, maybe we look to delete them before engaging the bulk of their forces. Especially given they've stopped trying to siege. Rizzo! Your own cousin. Although I'm sure these allegations are accurate, I'll always side with my boys, even at a cost. I think we've scared off the men-at-arms as they've fled into the mountains. Since our sieging army will be arriving shortly in Oulu, I guess we can go ahead and turn back towards Kitka and engage Pyongyang's main defense. Oh no! Queen Bwota, my partner for so long, she's gone. Naturally, there's no time for grievance, so let's get a new partner on deck. Clearly, we married our first wife for those devilish good looks. This time, I'm feeling like we'll marry someone with a good head on their shoulders. Silga has an intelligent gene, and yeah, it actually looks like we have a slight chance at having a kid, so why not? There she is, my new bride. I didn't notice, she's blindfolded. Oh! Yeah, it appears we may have overlooked a few, how should I say this, red flags. Let's just chalk it up to being blinded by grief. It's not my fault. Our sieges continue as the fleeing armies wander off into Kainu. We'll go ahead and shovel around some of our troops to respect these mountains' supply limits as Pyongyang regroups in the distance. Pietasari falls and these sneaky chumps are trying to intercept some of my small groups mid-shuffle. We definitely can't have that. We'll just set a few orders to defend and... Yep, they've adjusted their course. Given their new path, we'll just have everybody collapse on the holding. As, yeah, they're looking for this fight. Clearly, they have no idea what's going on as they've marched right into battle without a commander. Oh, there he is. A bit late, don't you think? That battle sends our war score to 100%, and Miemo, well... we get to relieve him of his rule, so to speak. Hell yeah, we are looking very pretty right now. Let's go ahead and get these fresh counties over to another old man. Maybe this time we pick someone that follows our religion. I didn't think about that last time. Why not? Let's make this duchy and create a new duke while we're at it. There you are. Have at it. I didn't count how many territories we were warring over, so let's go ahead and look at the decision status again. Yeah, quite a bit of golden prestige to go for now, but only 3 more counties. We're definitely going to get that today. And given we've got 3 independent counties right here, oh, without allies too, yeah, this has got to be the play. Before we commit to 3 simultaneous wars, let's make sure our factions are in line. Although they've got 1 more supporter, the Independence faction sits at 45% strength and really isn't a concern to me. I wonder if these guys are willing to convert. I mean, this dude has many grievances, but maybe we can resolve at least some of our religious differences. He might accept. Maybe we can have my wife help, which is probably questionable, by switching her over to patronage. Well, he definitely dislikes us a bit more, but the difference in learning actually makes this sum slightly higher. Good job, honey. Let's go ahead and give it a try. Ooh, another opportunity to trade some gold for prestige. We'll go ahead and get a conquest runestone up in Helgum. Good stuff. Oh, well, that's awkward. Very well, you throw around the word of God to enough people, surely one of them will connect. Let's start with Duke Ulfkill. Then we'll go over to Count Ingolfer. And, yeah, no, this guy's never gonna budge. Oh, hey, that's what's up. We got one taker. He wants a small donation. Salvation seed money, perhaps. Fine, I hate it, but why not? Looks like we've got a small rebate, so to speak, sitting on Mustastari. Guess we'll settle this first before going into war. We'll just stop our troops from gathering and send them in. Oh, hey, I didn't see these other two groups down here. Oh well, they can just chill as we beat down these raiders. Not so fast, silly boys. Sweet, 25 gold was worth it. Now that that's out of the way, I think it's time we get things started. It's a shame my new Asatru brother is still in the faction for independence. Come on, man. You know, maybe we can talk some sense into him with a quick sway. We've only got a couple months on my convo with our commander, so we'll let that finish first. And given they're not super scary, I think we could just go ahead and get our set of wars initiated. Sisma first, now Tavasts, and Nyland. How do you do? Whilst we gather, it also looks like Chiefess Pava's dude wants her freedom for 25 gold. I have no reason to turn away that sort of offer, so why the heck not? You know, I haven't looked at our prisons in a while, and it is stacked. I'm certainly down for a mass ransom after all. Oh, quite a loose definition on the word mass, don't you think? Anyway, we'll kill the others because they offer me no value, and the dread may deter some other factioners. Alright, so we've got some starving troops for an unknown reason. Very strange. We'll just move them into other territories to see if they can get that resolved. Whilst dinner plans are being sorted, we can go ahead and make our first attack on Tavasts. Damn, our sway didn't succeed. Let's go ahead and chat up Ulfkill as we had planned. Oops, just about missed that battle. I guess we'll go ahead and station some besiegers and continue forward. Since our troops are split up, we're gonna have to go ahead and coordinate an attack here to be successful. Alright, 18 days for this northern troop, and 30 days for the guys in the south, so we're gonna pause these guys briefly to try and sync up. There we go. They should arrive at similar times, and the battle indicator is reflecting this. 2-1. Yeah, this looks pretty good. Our other guys finally finished their snacks too, and we can start them moving south in preparation for our final siege. Though we should certainly watch, as there are 3,500 troops that could win a battle if we're not paying attention. Now we can station some besiegers here and then meet up with our crew just north of the final holding. Once everybody's in position, we're gonna go ahead and march in. Ooh, yeah, that looks really good. Cool. Looks like all that's left to do is just wait. We'll split up our troops a bit to maintain the supplies properly, and nice, we can pick up chivalric dominance. That allows us to make our probably final lifestyle transition into medicine. Yo, our boy dropped out of the faction. See, it's the small victories that excite me, I guess. God, this looks so solid. A bunch of simultaneous sieges and our troops defending where needed. Such a beautiful sight. Hopefully I'm not going too hard on gold spending, but I do think prestige is much harder for us to get. So we're going to go ahead and do a hunt. Anthony V is finally a man and he is ready to marry. He prefers Christina, but Suaba has a better alliance. You know what? I think this time we're going to listen to your heart, Anthony. Wedding bells and prison cells. Tavast falls and we can get a quick ransom before enforcing demands. That's done, and now we've got some small armies coming in hot. This is why you guys were chilling nearby. Oh wait, there's some big boys following. We'll get a second set of reinforcements en route to make this simpler. Deleted. Oh no. There's 1,500 troops heading to our northern siege, and it's so close to being finished, so I would hate for them to fend my army off. Oh god, it's not looking good at the moment. I'm gonna stagger my forces to draw out the battle just long enough for this bigger crew to catch up. There we are. Let's now split off some troops and hightail it north. I think we're gonna salvage the siege progress after all. Damn, I should have taken a look at the timing. Our siege finishes up before a battle, and now we've got a valuable hostage. 50 gold? Sure, I'll take that before we enforce demands. And for the hell of it, actually, let's finish this battle in case we get any additional prisoners. Oh, what the hell? These guys are coming back already. Although our battle is finished, I doubt we're gonna make it in time. That's a ton of siege progress as well. Sisma, I'm done with your crap. See ya. We've got to get back to Nyland, and quick. Come on, guys, hold! Oh, yeah, this is not going to happen. Poor troops didn't even have a chance. Guess we're going to lean on them with all of our weight at this point, and... yep, deleted. That's what's up. Okay, now all we've got to do is our favorite little supply limit shuffle and wait it out. We'll put a siege leader in charge, and this should fall pretty quickly. Delay, delay, delay. What was that supposed to do? Oh, it also looks like we've filled our cells again. Guess it's time for another mass ransom. Huge. This will probably be the final battle. Yep, there we are. 20 days to go. And so be it, son. Now we'll go ahead and give these titles to that old dude that we made Duke. And yeah, we've made quite a bit of progress this episode. Now that we've got the territory required, it seems that all we're going to need to do is collect 546 gold and a bit of prestige. We're rocking 12 gold a month income, so hopefully it shouldn't take that long. I think it's safe to conclude we'll make this empire, barring anything tragic. Last thing we're going to want to do before we end things is clean up our prison cells. This guy can be a champion, so we'll recruit him, and we'll just execute the rest. A nice expansion-filled episode is always fun. I think in our next episode, we're going to do a bit more raiding, and with our passive income, we could probably form the empire. With that in mind, I will see you guys in the next. Take care.